Hey Richard, thanks for coming in. I have everything in my buy it now, coins and jewelry. Please let me know what you'd like to see. I'm accepting offers. Need to pay vet bills. In my buy it now, coins and jewelry. Let me turn that down. That was the iPad. I'm multicasting this to YouTube. I missed a lot of the messages in the earlier show. Oh, I need to add the Japanese sword. Let me find the Japanese sword. I forgot to add the Japanese sword, but it is there. I can add it as a temp listing if needed be. Hey, Mr. B. Or is it MRB? You don't look like a Mister. Are you MRB or Mr. B? I saw your picture and I'm like, oh no, that's a lady. Okay. MRB. Okay. Please check out the shop. I have everything on Buy It Now. I'm not sure if you're here for jewelry or for coins. I have mostly vintage and costume jewelry. Oh, Michelle Renee. I like that. I have costume jewelry. I've also got a few coins, random coins, random tokens. We will just wait and see. Oh, I forgot to set up my, while you look at the shop, I'm going to, I knew I forgot to do something. Let me add the givvies to this in case I get raided. There we go. I was able to add that into the show. Thank gosh. Oh, the givvies? Yeah. Yeah. I just figured out the first class shipping. I didn't have that turned on the other night and it was a big mess up, but it's okay now. But hopefully we're gonna sell something tonight. Then I don't mind the givvies. Oh yeah, the raid. Yeah. I don't get it very often, although the other night it happened to me twice. I don't think it made a difference though. Maybe it did. We'll see. Yeah, if you're interested in the jewelry, I've got everything from inexpensive items to banger items. I don't know what you're looking for, but I do have like excuse me, I bumped the camera. I've got the jewelry jar. I make these myself with the jewelry that I get from the auctions that I buy from. Okay. And I've got the necklaces and I've got a whole bag that's sitting right next to me that's full of stuff. Also, I forgot to add the Japanese sword, so if you need that added, just let me know. But I got everything from, inexpensive $1, $2, $3 items to banger pieces. So, and let me open up the poll at the top. Oh, thanks for answering the poll. If that was you, thank you so much. Make sure you guys are following me. I'll follow everybody after the show if I'm not already watching or following. What is my favorite thing that I'm selling? Uh, well, it's a toss-up because there's the expensive items and the less expensive. I'd say the jewelry jar because they sell very fast and I made them myself and I don't put any junk pieces in there or broken pieces and everybody goes crazy for them. Like I'm surprised that didn't sell already. And then the Goldette statement revival piece because it was made in my birth state and that company has not been around for years. They were a company from New York, but they made all their jewelry in Rhode Island back in the 50s and the 60s. And it's super rare. And I was lucky enough to find one in an auction. Oh, yeah, the whole jar. You get the jar too. And it's plastic with a screw top because I don't like to send glass through the mail. Now, most of these end up going local on my Facebook Marketplace, which is great because then I don't have to pay the fees. Yeah, I was born in Rhode Island, and but the Goldette Jewelry Company is from New York, and they made all their pieces in Rhode Island, and it's super, super rare. And I am the only person online right now that I can find that has the piece that I have. It's super rare, and the comps are like, oh, I know where that is. The comps are like $250 and upwards. And I have mine for cheaper because I know maybe a reseller is going to want to come in and they're going to want to, give me an offer. And then I just got this other banger piece and it's all peridot and amethyst and it's like legit. And it's handmade with green thread and knots in it. So, it's a toss up between the jar, the Goldette, and the new um, the semi-precious gemstones, and it's got some yellow citrine mixed in with it too. Yeah, and you know what? There's because it's handmade. There's not another one that I can find online that's exactly like it. But I found one that was in the sold comps for Etsy, and I don't do a lot of Etsy. I mean, I have an Etsy sales account, but I very rarely list there. And I found one that had sold for 203.88, and yeah, this will help pay for the boxes that I get. Same with the Goldette piece. But I just love selling the jewelry jars because everybody, I make them myself and everybody loves them. And the jars contain an assortment of necklaces, bracelets, brooches, and matching earrings. And there's some designer pieces that are signed. There's even a new piece in there that's it's new old stock with a tag still on it. And it's probably from like the 80s or 90s and it says 29.50. So, and that was then. Whereas, the prices now, who knows what it would be worth now. But people enjoy them. So yeah, it's hard to answer that question, but I'd say the jewelry jar and the Goldette and the semi-precious gemstones. But I also like the simple necklaces too. The cabochon, and I've got one that's new old stock with tags and it's onyx and it's absolutely gorgeous. And it's got a gold-plated safety clasp and everything. It's still got the tags. It almost looks like pearls, but they're onyx beads or onyx stones from the Onyx Company. I think that's what it's called. Let me look. Oh, the Black Onyx Collection. And apparently the same company makes a bracelet, and I've seen the bracelets occasionally pop up on the bay. So that's pretty rare too. So I like these pieces because I can learn. Like I just bought a purse. Somebody came into my earlier show and bought a really nice semi-precious gemstone, or actually it was a mineral stone bracelet. And then I went into her show And I bought a purse, and there was something about it that I didn't know. And I was like, oh, now I've learned something. And I think I can probably resell it, although I kind of want to keep it. But, I can't keep everything. But yeah, here's the onyx with the tag, and it's got the, I have to look at the description, but I think it's, let me look in here. It says it's 14 karat gold plating or filled. Let me look. Oh, the clasp was 14 karat yellow gold electroplate with the onyx stones. They do look like pearls. They're very smooth, like pearls, but they're polished onyx stones. And then, of course, this one is just to die for. I have the Egyptian one up on my wall because I don't want my cat to like knock it on the floor. And oh, which one? The peridot? The peridot with the amethyst? Yeah, there's also, I'm not sure, the clasp it's a toggle clasp, and this is also some sort of gemstone because it's ice cold, as are the stones. That's how I knew right away, but I still tested it with the Presidium gem tester. I have a gem tester, and they cost almost $300. And sometimes they're not like 100% accurate, but on certain stones, they are. And so, I mean, I knew right away because I'm also a gold panner, and I get these peridots, every now and then. But these are nicer because they're not raw; they're polished. And then it has, for the accent pieces, it has the yellow citrine, which I believe is made from quartz. It's just gorgeous. I love it. But you know what? I gotta pay bunny bills, so I gotta pay the vet today. So I don't know, if you really love it, shoot me an offer. Shoot me a reasonable offer. I'll pin it and then you can see it more. I gotta find it. I have 53 items tonight plus the givey, so I have to scroll through the list here. There's also a couple like Halloween related like women's t-shirts and a Jessica Simpson beanie. Let's see. I thought I just saw it. I also got some opal stones too. Those are cool. They're tiny, but they're nice. Well, I keep scrolling. Wouldn't it be lovely if I couldn't find it because somebody already bought it? Wouldn't that be cool? Huh. Oh, you just bought it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny that I said that. Was that you? Oh my gosh. I didn't see your message. Oh my gosh, hon. Let me tell you. I was like, let me hit the shop tab and go to the buy it now, and then I'll bring it up and I'll show it to you. Oh, and then I was like, God, I couldn't find it. Maybe somebody bought it. Oh my God. Thank you so much. And I'll always put a little extra goodie in your box. And this will not go in a poly bag. This will actually go in a jewelry box, like a 6x4x2, and it'll also have bubble wrap in it. And then I put, something a little extra something, but something that won't melt because I know it's hot in most of the country right now. But yeah, this is for real, and this is tested positive. And you can look at what you should do when you get it, or you can even look at my pictures online. You can do a Google Lens shot, and that's how I found the similar one. It just had a different closure up at the top, and that's the one that I found on Etsy. But they were like, sorry, this item is sold. And I was able to click it even though it was sold. And because you can't research comps on Etsy like you can eBay, and it said sold 203.88. So that'll be a nice piece for either yourself, or if you're a reseller, there you go. I'm so happy you got that. Where are you checking in from tonight, if you don't mind me asking? Or where are you watching from, I should say? Well, I'm excited too. That'll go out in tomorrow's mail. Oh, Amarillo, Texas. Okay. And you have a store, or you have an account here on called Discount Desires on here. Okay. Then you have your own page that you shop from. Okay. Yes, I know where it is. Oh, I'll have to check you out. And make sure that Discount Desires is following me as well so that I can follow you back. Oh, your first show is Sunday. Are you going to be selling jewelry? Because I always have lots of jewelry. I get a lot of it from online platforms or from auctions or from shopgoodwill.com or bluebox.com. And, I get some every now and then. There's just some really banger pieces. In fact, let me go get I just want to show you the Goldette just so you know what they look like in case you're not familiar with that. Look at this. Let me move this out of the way. This is the one that was made in Rhode Island from the New York based company. I think it was made in the 50s or the 60s. And the brand is Goldette. And it's an Egyptian revival statement piece. It's on a silver, oh, it's on a silver, really nice chain with a hook. And it's signed in two places. When I saw this in the auction, it was right before the auction ended and I had like seconds to bid. And I saw this part of it lying in the pile of jewelry and I thought it was like a perfume bottle. And then I was like, oh my God, is that one of those old perfume bottles? And then I started to see these little Egyptian pharaoh pieces. And I was like, is that part of the same necklace? Like, oh my gosh. And then I found out this isn't a perfume bottle. It's some sort of an Egyptian uh, artifact. I'm not sure what, but these are the pharaohs. And then there's like the mummies. And and it's in perfect condition. Some of them online are gold tone or silver tone. Yes, and I'm right now I am the only one that has this, and I've lowered the price like multiple times, but then I've start to raise it again, and then because I like if I go too low, people are going to get suspicious because it's so expensive. And there was one sold comp on eBay, one sold comp on Etsy, and it was in Worth Point, but I don't have Worth Point, so I can only see like the write up and the pictures, but I couldn't see the price because, I don't sell enough jewelry. If I did sell jewelry, like a lot of it, I would definitely pay for. I'm going to lay it down and then move the camera. I would definitely then pay for the Worth Point. But look at this. It's so rare. I actually have it hanging on my wall because I didn't want the kitty to get to it. Um, and all the pieces are good. And it had to have been made either in the 50s or the 60s. No, because I know that there are some that are out there. It's not like a relic. This was made by a jewelry company. And then somebody told me, and I don't think they were right, that, oh, they made these in the 70s as a tribute to King Tut. But others in their ads have said that it's 50s or 60s. But, I could be wrong, and this company's not around anymore for me to make an inquiry. I've never seen this myself. And I was a full-time private investigator for 35 years until I got breast cancer, but I've been selling jewelry part-time for over 20, and I had never ever heard of this brand before, nor had I ever seen a handmade statement piece like this where it's all handmade with individual knots. And when you put it across your skin or hold it up to your face, the stones are like ice cold. um, because they're real, they're real gemstones. It does look like rock candy. It does. Yeah, don't try to eat it. I'm just kidding. But look at that. That's my banger piece. So now I only have two of the banger pieces left. I also have some black Akoya pearls from Japan, but I'm kind of on the fence about those because somebody bought those for me from Japan and brought them over, and but I need the funds. So, oh, you mean the goldette piece? Yeah. And if you're going to be a reseller, I do these jars often, and I usually sell them between 25 and 30. And this one is 1 pound, 14.5 ounces. So it would be about 2 pounds with the shipping. And I place all the pieces in myself. And there's a lot of pieces. The jar doesn't look big, but it fits a lot. And I save like several box loads and then go through all my leftovers that haven't sold on like eBay or whatnot or Mercari or Posh. Don't sell very much on Posh, but very, very rare. No, I make them. I take them from, I get like the Shop Goodwill boxes or the blue boxes, or I've even bought like big lots on whatnot for hundreds of dollars. And then I'll pick out like the gold or the silver, which is very rare. But the last box actually had an ounce of silver in it. It had 19 pieces. So, yeah. And I have one of the pieces I have for sale, but I'm saving all the rest of it for scrap. But I have a really nice cross that's also from a company from Rhode Island called the Creed Rosary Company. And there was a really nice old sterling crucifix in there. So, yeah, I'll pull that out just so you can see what they look like. It's gorgeous. And it says Creed Sterling on the back. Their stuff is very expensive. And I didn't even put any polish or cleaner or anything on this because I'm just going to leave it like it is. So if somebody wants it, they can do what they want, but it's in like beautiful condition. It's wonderful. And they go for a lot of money on eBay, especially if you have like a silver chain to go with it. And I did get a silver chain out of the last box, but it's with a piece of blow topaz that came from Bali, Indonesia. So I'm saving that. Like, oh my God. So if I can just, keep a few pieces for myself and then I make enough money for the boxes that it can cover the cost, uh, then I can buy the next box. Like I should have another box coming in next week. It should be here. Well, it should have been here today or tomorrow, but they didn't ship it from New York until like Thursday. So actually New Jersey, but they call it the New York, New Jersey store. So and they have some banger boxes, but you can't choose where the boxes come from. You just it's a random dealy. But I can't wait for that box. Hopefully it gets here before July 4th and I can start picking through it. It's just gorgeous. I'd kind of like to keep it, especially knowing that it was made in my birth state. Yeah, I kind of hate to. I'm on the fence about the pearls, the black pearls from Japan, and this. But you know what? After all that I've been through with my health, I live for my animals at this point. And, if they need medical care, they need medical care. And, I don't have anything without them. They're my family. So I got to pay some bunny vet bills. They are my kids. Look at that. It's so pretty. And it's heavy too. It's really heavy. It's nicely made. Oh, the bunny had to get a bunny vaccine, and then the bunny was having some ear issues. And the mobile vaccine clinic doctor who doesn't treat bunnies was like, that sounds like it could be an ear infection. And I was like, well, I don't think so, because, but they're like, no, it's very common with bunnies. And I've had bunnies my whole life and never had ear issues. And then I started to suspect mites, so I bought some like equipment to look in her ears, and I saw some little, I didn't see the mites, but I saw some little white bubbles, and they're like, "Oh, that can be mites, that can be like eggs." And I was like, "Oh my God." And I got medication, and then the local rescue said, "No, don't use that medication. It's too strong." So, I'm pretty disabled, and the bunny doctor that's across town is very expensive. So I called this old place that I used to go to, and they were like, "Oh, one of our old bunny doctors just came back for a while." And I was like, "Oh, I know him from like 30 years ago. Oh my God." And so he saw her today, and he said she has a perfect bill of health and he doesn't see anything wrong with her ears. I said, "Well, I did treat her with this medication one time, but then the rescue group told me not to do it." And then the cat, she started scratching her face. So I was like, "Oh my God, you know, maybe some mites came in through the hay." And, but I'm not, usually with mites, you see like evidence of that. And I didn't see any evidence. But when I looked with it's called an otoscope. Oh, we all had monkey blood when we were little. Oh, I have no idea what that means. But anyway, she passed, but between the vaccine, which they have to have or they'll die, and they're very hard to get. They have to get them from Europe. Oh, the Curacomb. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, some of my friends' mothers had that. My mom, she didn't have that. The Mercurochrome, I think it was called, and it was in the little glass bottle. I remember my friends' mothers had that. We had the little antiseptic cream with the metal Band-Aid boxes. I'm old as dirt. I'm going to give you a look at this one more time just so you can keep this in mind. Look at that. And it looks, I put it on, there was like a nail up on my wall that I used to hang clothing items that I can take pictures because I got a couple Halloween related t-shirts in here that are ladies extra large. And I just left the nail up there because every now and then I put a hanger up there to do a picture. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hang that up there. And that cat, I mean, she's trying to jump from the TV stand. She's trying to touch that. So I'm like, okay, let me pick you up and let me show you. You can look at it, but you can't have it. You can't get it. Because anything that's valuable, she's like going to be interested in. Hey, thanks for joining. User 5011. Thank you. Come on in and check out my shop. And I know you already purchased something, MRB, but go into my shop and see if you see anything else that you like, and then just shoot me an offer. You probably have the discounted shipping now. I'm going to run the flash sale again on the coins. It's 4 random coins or tokens from the coin bucket, and they're mostly foreign coins. And there's like, well, they're world coins, and then there's a few tokens in there. And I'm just doing random pulls at that, just trying to add up my sales. I don't make any money from those, but it'll count as a sale. And I'm a long ways away from 1,000 sales that you need on Whatnot. And you probably know that since you're going to have a show on Saturday, that it's not how much money you make, but it's how many individual sales that you do. And once you have 1,000 individual sales, then how Whatnot pays you is completely different than when you're just a newbie starting out. And I'm not a newbie, but uh, I've been on here part time since 2022, and I'm not even at 300 yet. I'm getting close. Oh, you're a military. I'm sort of a military child. My dad, he worked with the Navy, but he wasn't in the Navy. And so we had to move around a lot. What branch of service? Oh, from the Army. Okay. And the civil service. Oh, cool. No, my dad was in the defense sector, but it was all like Navy stuff. So I kind of feel like a Navy rat, even though my dad didn't actually serve in the Navy. My uncle served in the Navy. And all the friends that I grew up with, their dads that worked with my dad served in the Navy or the submarine service part of the Navy. But go ahead and take a look at the shop. See if there's anything else that interests you. I'm really surprised that this one hasn't gone yet, the black onyx. And then I've got the 3 Monets. I've got a Monet butterfly brooch. Then I got a Monet butterfly very dainty necklace. And this stuff, they just don't make this anymore. It's got the enamel on the gold butterfly wings, and it's signed. And then I have one of those big chunky Monet chains. It's almost like a motorcycle chain. It's so big. I have it in a box somewhere over here because it's so heavy. I can't put it on my like necklace display or it'll just tip over because it's so long. I think it's 30 some inches, and it's a signed Monet. And a lot of their stuff is silver plated, but it doesn't say that. It just says Monet. But I like the old stuff, the Monets and the Trifaris and all the old designer pieces because they don't make them anymore. And as every year goes by, those pieces become more and more rare. And I've recently won a lot of coins and really nice um, things that would be in the coin or currency category. And I think once some of that stuff comes in, I'm just going to do like a straight coin show rather than mixing the two. Because I have these shows listed in jewelry, but I have had a few coin sales. Now nobody's going for the jar yet. That's why I increased the amount of the coins and I reduced the price, but it didn't seem to matter. But I think if I put it in just a coin show like only, it'll do better. In fact, I got to go take that flash sale off of that and just put that back in. And then let me find a piece of jewelry since this is a jewelry show. You're going to talk to your daughter about the one and see what we want to do because I feel like it would bring me luck. Which one? You mean the one? The jackpot? You mean this one? Did I miss something while I was in the shop? Let me go find an item to pin. Uh, oh, let me pin that. Yeah, I have it at 175 now. Oh yeah. You could buy it for 175 and flip it for 250. Now it's going to take a special buyer. It's not like, everybody's going online looking for this because I didn't even know this existed. But those people who do know they exist, these are highly sought after. Hi, Jen. Please check out the shop. Go to the buy it now. Send me an offer. Yeah. And this box that I got it out of was a $196 box. And I had seconds to bid on it because the auction was getting ready to close when I came across it. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, what's that? Oh, sure. Here is the peridot and the amethyst with some highlighted yellow citrines. At least I think that's what the yellow ones are. It's mostly just the amethyst and the peridot. And then it's got the toggle, the stone toggle closure. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like marble. It is marbleized, whatever it is. And then every single bead is like individually knotted in here. It's just gorgeous. I'm going to put that aside. And it will be wrapped very, very heavily so that nothing happens to it. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, too bad. These are just cabochons, but these are nice too. It's kind of the same color scheme as the necklace a little bit, but it's more of a like a teal blue and a green. And then I have this one too, the Aldo, the sign Aldo. Yeah. Yeah, send me an offer. You should have the discounted shipping now that you bought the heavier necklace. This is really good. I only, I don't sell any junk. All my junk goes into, and by the way, if you're interested in this in the future, I take all the pieces that I think are defective or broken or they just don't look right or they're not my taste, especially like things that have string or bead or feathers or I don't like any of that because it gets all tangled up and everything. So I put all of that, even wearable pieces, in a craft box. And when the box gets really big and heavy, then I list it. And I usually sell those on Marketplace because they're so big. They're just chock full of stuff. And I'm like, I've got this is a craft as is repair only, box, but I do have wearable pieces. And I think a lot of people buy them because they see the beads or the faux pearls or but then the nicer stuff that I pick out, stuff that I consider acceptable, that goes into the jars. And it takes a lot of pieces to fill a jar, even this size. A lot. It's heavy. And I stuff it all the way to the top, but I don't like push it down because I don't want anything to break. I don't want anything to scratch. And I don't have any finger rings in it, but I have necklaces, bracelets, brooches, and matching earrings. Hey, Stars and Jewels. I saw you earlier today, didn't I? Were you here earlier for my earlier show where I sold the gemstone? Yeah, I sold the gemstone bracelet. Oh, sure. When the show ends, MRB, Michelle, if I can call you Michelle, uh, my items will switch from the show to the Whatnot Marketplace. So if you go into my username, April Davis PI, you can see everything that I have should switch over. And that's why I do more of a buy it now because when I don't have a big crowd and have to do auctions, I have to change all those and I have to change the prices because auctions need to start low and then go up and then I have to change it all back and it's a big pain. So it's easier for me just to say, okay, this is what I can live with, plus an offer if I have to. And there you go. But I used to do auctions. But auctions are hard when you don't have enough people in the room. Now make sure you send me a message like if you're going to do a show under that other username, what your other username is, or follow me under that username, because I've got thousands of people following me and I follow thousands of people back. I follow everybody back that follows me and then some. So make sure I know, like you send me a message and I can see that, oh, you have a show coming on and then I can watch it. Now I'm doing a live tomorrow. I'm also on YouTube and I have a live that I have to attend that starts at 12. I think it's 12 o'clock Pacific time. And it's a it's a big gold show, and I have to be there for that because I'm participating in some of the gifts. So if it's on at that time, I won't be able to see it. I expect the gold show to go probably 3 or 4 hours. Oh, yours is Sunday. Okay. Well, I'm available Sunday then. Is it 3:30 East Coast time or West Coast time? Oh, you're in Texas. So that would be Central? Okay. Yeah, still send me a message or follow me, with that name cuz or send me a message cuz I'm following so many people. But yeah, this is a really nice one. And something you should do, which I don't do, and I'd probably get bigger sales, is like when you have a show scheduled, you should already have your next show scheduled. And I never do that. I just, because I've had so many health issues, like, oh, I can't plan that far ahead. And so I just like, okay, I'm going on. But that's really nice. And all the stones are good. Oh, okay. And it's going to be jewelry, like costume jewelry or vintage jewelry? Or what kind of jewelry what is it? Oh, clothes. Okay. Well, clothes do very well on Whatnot. So you'll probably do well. But people will tell you it's saturated, but so is jewelry. But I still sell stuff. But I sell stuff across all platforms. It's not just here on Whatnot. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, well, that's what I prefer. But sometimes when I win these auctions, there'll be like coins and things like that. And so that's why I've put some coins into my show. But I think I may do a coin only show. But I don't want it to take away my focus from, what I really enjoy doing, and that's my jewelry. Because, even all these years later, like I'm learning things. Like I didn't even know about Goldette. And now I feel like silly that I didn't know that, like, oh my God, I didn't know that. Like I would know a Monet or a Napier or a Cookie Lee or any of those old vintage, jewelry companies, but this is so rare that I didn't know about it. And a lot of the pieces that I've seen online that have already sold, parts of the necklace is missing or broken. And some of them are not connected here and they just hang like they're missing the jeweler's ring that puts those two pieces together. Or some people they're missing the tags because there's at least two tags on here. Yeah, one's on the what I thought was a perfume bottle, and it's not. It's some sort of an Egyptian artifact. And then there's another one that's on the back too that has the Goldette tag. Let's see where that is. I was just like, oh my God, like, oh, there's one on this pharaoh right here. There's a little right there. It says, you probably can't see that. It says Goldette. I mean, it's just in such great shape. I just wonder, like, what the history is. Like, how many different people may have had this or just one person. And, how did it end up where it ended up? Yeah, it looks so good on my wall, too. My wall now that I took it down off the wall to show you, and that wall over there looks naked. It's like, I'm kind of getting used to it. And you know what? Once I sell it, I'm going to keep my eye out. I'm going to scan every, Facebook marketplace ad, every Whatnot. And I haven't seen any of these ever show up on Whatnot. I'm going to search Etsy. Of course, I'll have to take mine down once this sells. I'm the only one right now that has this. And then I've had several people came in and they were like, if I were you, I'd raise the price. Yeah, I don't think you could like fabricate something like this. It's so detailed. Yeah, go for it. Goldette. Goldette. Hi, finds for you. Please go to my shop. Go to my buy it now. Yeah, like if I'm not on the air, you can always just go to April Davis PI and you can see what I have in the marketplace. Now, one thing I forgot to add that's on my other pages, I keep forgetting to add it, is it's a Japanese sword. And a lot of these are sterling, but I don't think this one is. Yeah, it's on a really, it's on a decent chain. I mean, not like an expensive chain. It's just like a chain like that. But it's the Japanese sword that's so valuable. But I don't see any silver markings on it. And I have silver testers, but I didn't bother to test it because I can just kind of feel it that it's probably just stainless steel. But it's still nice. I really like this because it's got the Monet on the back, and it's what makes it so valuable is the enamel on the wings and on the little, I think is it his eyes? Her eyes? I think she's a girl butterfly. I'm going to put her up because I don't want anything to happen to her. Okay. I got to straighten out this butterfly. Hold on. I don't want her to fall down. She's very, very dainty. She's not a chunker like the Goldette or the Peridot. This one I have to be super careful handling her because she's so dainty. Even her little gold chain is so dainty. I'll have to wrap her good when she sells, so if somebody orders something heavy, it won't smush. But have a nice night. I better go take that Peridot down. Welcome. Discount Desires. Oh, that's you. Okay, I thought, oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah, just make sure to tag me in that on Sunday. Hi, Lamhan. I'm glad it's not Saturday since I have that gold show. I'm very involved with Whatnot reselling and YouTube. And if you watch my YouTube channel, uh, I have a lot of videos on the jewelry boxes as they come in. And I don't show all the pieces because the video would be like 10 hours long. But I do have, if you go to April Davis PI on YouTube, um, you'll be able to see that last box that came in from the New York, New Jersey, and you'll be able to see the one with the Goldette. Like, I don't film them all, but I film most of them, from the openings to the sorting, and then I do the testing, and then sometimes I have to do follow-up videos like, oh, now I found this, now I got this, and if you just follow along, you'll see all the things that are out there. Oh, welcome, Kelly. Oh, Kelly, for some reason the mod button is not on for you. Let me turn that on. And can you let the chat know if you're still here that I'm going to be right back. I've got to go over to my eBay on my computer, and I have to take down the peridot and amethyst so somebody else doesn't grab it. Okay, I'm back in here. Oh, okay. 3:30 Central. I don't know if you're still here, Discount Desires. I saw that. Yeah, I just took the necklace off of the bay, and I'll take it off everywhere else when I'm done with the show. But don't want to have to sell it on, I don't want it to sell on the bay right when I just sold it on Whatnot. Because it's first comes, first serve. It is yours. Now let me go open up my live chat here on the YouTube. There we go. Are you still here, Kelly? Yeah, make sure you're following Discount Desires. She's going to have her first jewelry show Sunday at 3:30 Central. She just bought the peridot from her personal account. Thanks. Yeah, I'm going to have to go bookmark that show. Yeah, I thought she said Saturday at first, and I have a big gold show, like a big birthday bash to attend. In fact, I need to set the alarm for that on my phone so I remember. I have a birthday bash on a YouTube event that I have to attend. And that's probably going to go for hours, but I can't miss that. So I'll do all my shipping tonight on these items and make sure to get them out for tomorrow's mail. What? You mean the gemstone necklace? Yeah, these are handmade. And it's all individually knotted, the stones with the green heavy duty string. Or not string, it's like thread, some kind of jewelry thread. Yeah, that would be a great idea. If you want my seller's code, I'll shoot it over to you, and then Whatnot can match you up to $150 for the first week of sales. So you'll have an extra $150 in your account, depending on how much you sell. They match every sale up to $150, but you have to get signed up with somebody's code, or it won't work. When I signed up, the backup was 6 months, and I got in through Rachel Strickland within, I think, 3 or 4 days, and that was a miracle. Because there's a big seller on here named Jen, and it took her 8 months, and she was turned down like 4 or 5 times before she got in. But if you get in through another seller, then they're more apt to say, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's why I hide the goldette. But the lady that just bought the peridot and amethyst with the citrine highlights, she's very interested in the goldette. So I'm just putting that out in the world. I'm just putting it out there, like she's interested, and she may be coming back for that. And if she does, I think she'll make some profit on it. It may just take a while. She needs to know how to do the comps. If you don't know how to do the comps, you're not going to know like where to price stuff. And then different apps, there's different selling points. Like Posh and Etsy are higher than they would be for like eBay, Mercari, or whatnot. Oh yeah. Oh, you mean the Goldette? My cat would get it though. I literally have a nail up on my wall in the living room where I photograph some of the, like, I have those Halloween t-shirts that are in the store. They're ladies extra large, and they're new with tags, and I hang them up on that hook or on that nail, and it's just empty. It's just, I just leave that nail on the wall there. In fact, while I'm telling you this, I'm going to go put that away because I don't want you know who to get into this. Because if she knocks it like on the floor and then the bunny like started chewing on it, oh my god, I would die. And the bunny, she's pissed right now because, she's been hiding under the sofa all day. I finally had to get her out of there so she could use the bathroom because she is really, really angry about going to the animal hospital. There we go. Yeah, I'd love to see it. You could also sell the stuff, like as bundles if you didn't want it anymore. Yeah, exactly. I can't remember the last time I wore a business suit. Oops. There we go. Let me check the shop really quick. Oh, let me go pin something. I'm going to try this one more time and then I'm going to give up on this one. There we go. I'm so tired because normally I don't sleep well at night anymore and then I sleep in the morning, but I couldn't do that today because I had to get up for the rabbit. Oh, you do great on here, I think. Like I said, I can shoot you my seller's code if you ever want to sign up. And what's cool is they have the marketplace now. So when you're not live, your items can switch over to the marketplace if you set it up that way. But then when you run the auctions versus the buy it now, you got to change all the pricing, and that's a big pain because they don't all just like switch over. It's not like you can say, okay, this is my marketplace price, and this is my auction price, and this is my buy it now price. Now, if they can figure out how to do that, that'll be a game changer. And I still forgot to put this up again. This is like the third show, and it's on eBay. the Japanese sword. But the bay is slow right now, which is typical because of summer slowdown. Whatnot's not slowing down, but the bay does get summer slowdown. Even Facebook Marketplace the last few weeks has been kind of quiet for me. Not completely dead, but it's been kind of quiet. Still wish I didn't have to list this one, but got to pay those vet bills. So, yeah, look at that. I'm so glad you told me to check the crosses because I hadn't even had time yet. It takes a long time to go through just one blue box or one Shop Goodwill box, especially if it's a Shop Goodwill and it's like 15 or 20 pounds. I mean, that could take weeks. And then you just, you start making your piles and you start doing your entanglements and then you start picking out the gold or the silver or the gemstones. And then, you have to slowly, slowly, slowly. It's overwhelming when you get a box like that and you got to go through the testing and you've got to, test every earring back and it's a lot of work. So, I don't even do the cleaning or the testing until like later in the game because I'm just trying to sort it all. Oh, somebody bought one of the opals the other night. No, it's fun. Hi, Cheryl. It's a treasure hunt. Hey, puppy love. Please check out my shop. Check out my buy it now. Let me run this flash sale one more time in case you guys want to open up your discounted shipping. Or you can just go buy like a sticker for $1. Now, I used to treasure hunt the beach because you know what they say, there's more, well, people out here who know that there's more gold at the beach than you would ever find like prospecting. And out here, there's no place to prospect unless you go up into the San Gabriel Mountains and then you park your car in like a really dangerous parking lot where it gets robbed a lot. And then you trek for miles and miles in tall grass that's full of rattlesnakes and bears. And, physically, I just can't do that just to get to the water source where there might be a trickle bit of gold. So it's safer at the beach, getting out there with the sharks and the dolphins and the orcas, which is great. I love that. I can't do it anymore because, the waves would knock me right down, but it's not like the Gulf Coast beaches. It's rough. But that's why people lose their stuff out there too. It's so fun when the little shark swims by or little octopus or starfish and the dolphins start following you as you're going in one direction. They start going with you. It's so cool. And then if you're out at the point in Malibu, then you can, you're at the right time of the year, you can see the orcas going south. Well, I'm going to unpin that because that's just not like, I may just have to keep all these coins. Let me edit that listing. Okay. And let's see, let me go over to, oh, let me pin this, the Aldo. I don't think I've pinned that yet. Let me, yeah, there's the Aldo right there. Oh, I need to put this up too. Yeah, I forgot to do this in the video. It's just, there was so much in that last blue box. Oh, I'm so happy about the peridot. I'm gonna miss it. No, those are knots. Those are knots. They're not small beads from the Black Onyx collection. And that one has the 14 karat gold clasp, but it's 14 karat gold plate. It even says so in the tag. Yeah, those are knots. They almost look like pearls, but they're onyx stones. Yeah, they're nice. That lady that bought the peridot, she was interested in that too. Yeah. It's not as heavy as the peridot and amethyst, where it has all the rocks, literally. But it's new old stock with the tag, which makes it so much more valuable because it still has the tag. I mean, obviously nobody's ever worn this because they wouldn't wear it with a tag, and it's got the whole spiel about how they made it and where it came from, and it's really cool. And then I saw like a bracelet somewhere online, but it's not too heavy. It's not going to be like, oh, that Monet that's like, oh my God, you're going to need a neck brace to hold up the silver Monet that I think is plated, because they plate a lot of their jewelry, but it doesn't say that on the tags. Sakura Matata. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Welcome. Please check out the shop. Go to the buy now. Send me an offer. We're paying vet bills today. And for anybody who gets a wild idea to promote this, I'd rather you just buy something. And for those who just want to throw the money, you can always throw a tip, because the promotion, somebody threw that the other night, $10, and it's just sitting in a hidden tab somewhere, not being used. So I appreciate that, but that person just lost $10. I'm gonna have to wrap this really, really carefully tonight because I don't want anybody to get to that. I'm so happy I sold the peridot. Now I just got to work on the jewelry jar, which that's just a matter of time. And but usually those go really, really quickly on Marketplace. But if somebody wants to buy it on Marketplace tomorrow, I'm going to be hung up for most of the afternoon. Oh, this battery is, the show really drains my battery, and I have oh yeah, it's getting hot. Sometimes Whatnot can overheat the phone. And I have the charger in. Let me pull this out for a minute. But, oh, it's getting hot. Yeah, that's one thing you have to be careful of, Kelly, on Whatnot. Yep, now it's draining it again. Oh boy. We may have to end the show early. I don't want to do that. I want to keep going. But this is making my phone like a little too warm. I've had this plugged in the whole time that I've been on the show, but I'm still losing power. I think it's time that I upgrade my phone, but I can't think about that right now. Yeah, I may have to sign off because I put this back in the tripod. It's getting too hot, and I'm losing battery fast. And she's plugged in too. It takes so much power to run a show. It might be better to do it from the computer, but that's harder to do because you can't run a lot of the things from the computer. Yeah, I'm getting a warning sign here. It takes a lot of power to run this show. Well, I need to make something for dinner anyhow, so I wasn't planning on going off the air this soon. But I don't want my phone to burn up, so we're going to create a raid and we're going to go. Here we go. Thanks for coming.